Hello students. So in the previous class students, in the chapter that is sorting material into groups, we were talking about the classification of the material on the basis of their properties. We discussed that materials, since they are of a different properties, so they are classified because the materials, if they are having the different properties, so they are used for making a different kind of a object. So it is the property only which decides that what we will going to use the material. Okay, now you see students that we have discussed the classification of the material on the basis of the solubility and that of the insolubility. So in the previous class we have discussed that there are objects, there are materials which are soluble in water, which are dissolved in water. Okay, and there are some of the materials which are not get dissolved in water, or we can say which are insoluble in water. Okay, so solubility and insolubility, it also depends upon the different kind of a material. So you see students, we discussed that there are solid which get dissolved in the water easily, like we said sugar is there or salt is there. There are the liquid which are also dissolved in the water, like that of the lemon juice, or milk is there. And there are gases also which get easily mixed with the water, like oxygen or carbon dioxide. Okay, so oxygen is there, carbon dioxide is there, lemon juice is there, milk is there, sugar is there, salt is there. All these things are present. If we add it in the water, it will get easily dissolved in water. So we will say that they are soluble in water. Okay. Another term we can use for it, that is, these all are miscible in water. These are miscible in water. Okay. Now the next one, students, that we can talk is that there are some of the substances which are not soluble in water, which do not get dissolved in the water. Like you see, sand is there, or kerosene oil is there, mustard oil is there, then nitrogen is there. Okay, so this is a gas, this is a liquid, and this is a solid. And all of them get easily dissolved, all of them do not get dissolved in water. Okay, so we can say that these all are insoluble in water, or these all are immiscible in water. Okay, so all of them, they are immiscible because they are not easily get dissolved in water. So we can say that these all are immiscible in water. Immiscible in water. Okay. Now, we have discussed about the solubility and insolubility. Now we will move on and let us discuss the classification of the material on the other kind of a property. Okay, so you see student, classification on the basis of the heaviness and the lightness. Okay, so heaviness and lightness, students. So and material can be heavy or it can be lighter. Lighter than that of the water, lighter than that, heavier than that of the water. So there are some of the material which are heavy, which we consider them as a heavy one, and which we said that these are the lighter one. Okay, and basically when we talk about the heaviness and lightness in science, the heaviness and lightness we understand this both of them with the term that is known as a density. Okay, so we can say that density decides that whether the object is heavier or not. Okay, let us write it. Some of the material heavier and some of them are lighter. Some of them are heavier and some of them are lighter. Okay, so when we talk especially in science, the object is heavy or light depends on its density. Okay, so in science the object is either heavy or light, it depends upon the density. Okay, how students you see, if we will say that a given material is what is having the high density, then we can say that that object is, that material is a heavier one. Okay, so we can say that so if the material is having the high density, students, we will say that these materials are heavy. Okay, so whenever if a material is a heavy, what you will say that since the material possesses high density, that is why they are the heavy material. Okay, so heavy material, it is because of the high density. What about the lighter one, students? So if a material is said to be a lighter material, lighter materials, it means it is having less or low density. Okay, so lighter material is having low density, heavier material they are having the high density. Okay, so lightness and heaviness is it is because of the density. Higher the density, heavier will be the material, lower the density, lighter will be the material. Okay, now on the basis of that, all the different materials are classified on the into students, that is on the basis of the density. We can say that all the materials are classified into two, that is material which is having a high density than water, which is having the low density than water. Okay. Or materials which are heavier than water, and which are lighter than water. Okay, so materials which are heavier than water, materials which are lighter than water. So we have classified all the materials into two on the basis of their density. One can be heavier than that of water, one can be lighter than that of water. Okay. So, in order to understand that whether the given material is heavier than water or the given material is lighter than water, we can perform an activity to understand it. Okay. That is, you see students. So, if suppose in the first case, if you had a beaker, okay, which is filled with water. If you had a bucket, students, especially, if you had a bucket which is filled with water, which is filled with the water, and then you add oil, a piece of a wood, then a piece of wood is kept in the bucket. Okay, so in the first case, students, that you are having a bucket which is, so you see student, a piece of a wood is kept in the bucket which is filled with the water, and then what will you observe after that? You will observe that that piece of a wood will kept floating on the surface of the water, right? So what is the result you will get? That is the piece of wood the floats on the surface of water. Okay, the piece of wood float on the surface of the water. Okay, so suppose you have taken a bucket which is filled with the water and you had kept a piece of a wood on it, then what will happen? That piece of a wood will start floating on the surface of the water, right? So that means it floats on the surface of the water. So what does that prove? It proves that this wood is lighter than that of the water. So if it is lighter than that of the water, only then it will be able to float on the surface of the water. Okay, so we can say that this proves that piece of wood is lighter than water. Thus, it floats on the surface of water. thus it floats on the surface of the water. And because of that, student, we can also see that this proves that the density of the wood is lesser than the density of the water. Okay, because it is floating on the surface of the water, it means it is lighter than the water, which proves that the wood is having low density than the water. Okay, so piece of wood is having low density than that of the water. Okay, students, so this is about the activity in which we proves that an object, when it floats on the surface of the water, it means it is lighter than that of the water, and it is also having the less density or a low density. Okay, so the object which is having the less density than water, it will float on the surface of the water. Okay, so hence it proves the object which is having the less density than water will be the lighter than water. Next one is the students, next activity is that is, next one is material activity. I'll say that if suppose you again have taken a bucket which is filled with the water. Okay. Okay, so if you had taken bucket filled with the water and you dropped a piece of a stone in the bucket. If you drop a piece of a stone in the bucket, what will you observe, student? You will observe that that piece of the stone will sink at the bottom of the surface of the water. Okay, so we can see that we will observe that the piece of the stone will get sink at the bottom of the bucket. So it is not floating on the surface of the water, student, but it will get sink at the bottom of the bucket. What does that prove? It proves that somehow, what does that mean? That it is heavier than that of the water. Okay, so we can say that it means the stone. Okay, it is heavier than water, thus it gets sink in the water. Okay, so since it is heavier than that of the water, students, so we will say that it gets sink in the water. It proves that the piece of the stone is having a higher density than water. Okay. higher density. It is having higher density. Than that of the density of wood. Okay, so you see student, it is heavier than water, thus it gets sinks in the water, and since you can understand by this that it proves that the piece of a wood is higher, is having high density than that of the density of the wood. Okay, so we have done two experiments, students. The first experiment which proves that if an object is higher in density, that will going to sink in the water, and if the object is lower in density, it will going to float on the surface of the water. So it is the density only which decide that whether the object is the heavier one or whether the object is the lighter one. If the density is more, then the material will be heavy. If the density is less, then the material will be lighter. Okay, so heavier will be the material, student, higher will be the density. Lighter will be the material, students, lighter will be the density. Okay, so density decides that whether the object, whether the material is heavy or it is light. Okay, so we can write it in a very short form. I can write one thing, and that is lighter material, low density. Heavier material, high density. So if a given material is having high density, we can say that will be the heavy one. If the given material is having low density, we can say it will be a lighter material. Okay, so lighter material and that of the heavy material. So this is all about that why the object is a lighter one or the object can be the heavier one. Now we will move to the next classification, student, that is classification of the material on the basis that whether the given material are transparent, whether the given material are translucent or opaque. Okay. Classification. Transparency, on the basis of a transparency, translucent and opaque. Okay, so classification on the basis of a transparency, whether the object is translucent and that of the opaque. Now you see, students, how can we see that an object given is a transparent? Now let me ask you one thing. That is, what happened when you what happened when if you are having a glass door? Okay, and what happened if you are having a wooden door? So you will answer that is, if suppose we are having a glass door, we are able to see the other side of the room. Okay, so we are able to see the other side of the door, that is other side or inside that of the room, easily without opening that of the door. Okay, so without opening it, you are able to see inside the room. That in the case of the glass. But if the door is made up of wood, or if a wooden door is there, students, then no, you cannot see anything inside the room. You have to open the door so that you can see what is there inside that of the room or next to the door, right? So what does that indicate? See, both of them are what? Both of them are door only. But one is what? Is made up of a glass. Another one is made up of a wood. So why does it occur, student? It occurs because of its property. Glass is having another kind of a property. Wood is having another kind of a property. And because of two different kind of a property, we can say that they shows the different. They are used for a different purpose. Okay, you have seen, sometimes you have seen the window pane also. So the window pane made up of is almost like that of a glass, but the property of the glass is also very different. It means you are not able to see the thing which is present at the other side clearly. Although you can understand that light is coming inside it, few light is coming inside it, but you are not able to tell exactly now what is there at the other side. Okay, so why does it occur that from one glass you are able to see the thing very clearly to the other side, from one window pane you are not able to see the thing which is going in the other side, and through the one material you are not able to see the thing at all. So why does it occur, student? It is because of the property. And because of these properties, they are used for a different purpose. So let me write you the definition of the transparent, translucent and opaque. Then we will continue. Okay. So transparent. Transparent material is what, student? The property of material by which you can see the things clearly, or through which we can see the things clearly, that is transparent material. So we can see the property of material due to which we can see through it clearly. Okay, so the property of the material through which we can see the things clearly, that is known as a transparent. What is the definition of the translucent, students? That is, I am rubbing it and writing the definition of the translucent also. Second one is the property of the material, due to which we cannot see through it properly, through it clearly. Okay, we cannot see through it clearly. Okay, and the next one is the opaque. In case of opaque, students, so we can write opaque. So this is a property of the material in which through which we cannot see anything at all. Okay, so we can write it. The property of the material due to which we cannot see through it at all. Okay, so the property of the material due to which we cannot see through it at all, that is the opaque one. So one is the transparent, other is the translucent, and then opaque. Okay, so all the three are having the different kind of properties, students. Okay, one through which we cannot see the thing object clearly, the another one due to which we cannot, we can say that we are not able to see, but yes, not clearly. And the next one, that through which we cannot see anything at all. Okay.